So I've been hearing a lot of shit talking and general disinterest in the new Hellboy reboot. And really, I think that people need to just lighten up a bit, give it a chance, stop complaining, because hear me out here, I think that this is going to, or at least it has the potential to be far better than the Guillermo del Toro films. This is all coming from someone who is a fan of the comic books, a huge fan. Mike Mignola is my favorite comic book artist. Hellboy is my favorite comic book series. I think in general the universe that's built there is more interesting than something from, say, Marvel or DC. The Hellboy comics are very gothic horror tales, very Lovecraftian, inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Dracula, and Edgar Allan Poe, and all that kind of stuff. Guillermo del Toro's films, on the other hand, the first one very much pulled from that, but it was pulled back so much. It was so modern, and it felt more like superheroes of the time rather than a Hellboy story should feel. Hellboy stories always take place in these Victorian mansions, and Hellboy's always hunting monsters, and there's very weird folklore elements to everything. It's awesome. There's really nothing else like it out there. And all of Mike Mignola's comics are like that. When I first heard that this was being done, I was fucking excited. First off, the name Rise of the Blood Queen, the Blood Queen being a major character from the comics, I was like, okay, alright, so what is this? And then I looked into it and I see that Guillermo del Toro isn't making it. David Harbour is going to be playing Hellboy. And I see a lot of people complaining about this and saying, well, he's not Ron Perlman. It's not gonna work. Well, it is gonna work, because after watching Stranger Things and him being in Suicide Squad, I think that he can fill the shoes perfectly. I also hear that it's going to be rated R, it's going to be more horror focused. I think that's just perfect. My only real fears about this is that it's going to end up like Silent Hill Revelation, which is a movie that I was very excited for, because Silent Hill 3 is my favorite game, and I saw, wow, they're really pulling from this. They're making a Silent Hill 3 movie. This is going to be amazing. The lead actress looks just like Heather. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. But then it came out, and anyone who saw that movie knows how that went.
No.
And I think that my biggest fear with this is that it's going to end up like that. The studio that's putting it out and everything, it's all very shaky. Casting Mila Jovovich as the villain, I think that her track record is very bad, aside from The Fifth Element. I don't want this to be the shitty, low-budget, trying to look high-budget action movie. I don't want this to be Underworld. I don't want this to be Resident Evil. I don't want this to be Silent Hill Revelation. I want this to be how it's described, as a low-budget horror film rated R. That's it. That's all I want from this. And I hope that it retains the same atmosphere as the original comics. And honestly, I can't wait to hear more about this as news comes out.